Greetings, collective. Welcome back to Joyful Light Oracle. So, I'm doing this mini series surrounding love, relationships, and why we do some of the things that we do in relationships. Today, I want to talk a little bit about when the relationship is coming to a close, whether we view it as such or not. Let's say your partner is telling you that they want out, they want to exit the building, all right? And this could be something that was building up for a time or just very abruptly. Okay, what do you do when that happens, right? That's what we're going to look at today. Disclaimer, guys, I am not an expert in relationships. I'm simply sharing my lived experiences. So take it or leave it. And remember, this is a general, this is just a collective message here. Some things may be relevant, it may spark a sense of, whoa, I can relate, or it would be far to the left that you're like, wait a minute, not at all. So, again, only take what is relevant and leave the rest. Subscribers, I do thank you for allowing me in your space. Thank you for tuning into this channel. I appreciate you and I send you love. I pray that all is well with you and your loved ones. Newcomers, greetings. Thank you for tuning in to Joyful Light Oracle. I am an intuitive reader. I do pull cards, oracle cards, tarot cards. I bring forth guided messages for the purpose of healing through love. If you find that you like my style of read, you just like to hear my voice, or you just find some substance in what I have to offer, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share the video. So let's look at this situation where you're in a connection and someone in this connection is ready to leave. All right, what is the approach? Now the usual approach could be making a plea and compromising, right? Hey, wait, don't, let's talk about it, what's going on? And that's always good to understand so that you're on the same page, to know what's happening if this is something abrupt. But more than likely, if it's a gradual change or distancing, then you should likely know what's causing the situation. But unfortunately, maybe you don't. Maybe you don't fully know. Maybe the situation was a bit uncertain. Maybe there were a lot of cloudiness or sneakiness or half truths, right? So maybe there was infidelity and you're not aware of the situation. Whether that be you or whether that be the other person, take it how it resonates. And so, bottom line is, when someone is ready to leave a relationship, let them go, right? I recently listened to this sister, beautiful sister. She popped up on my feed a couple of days ago, and I was, watching some of her videos, and it's a similar understanding that I have, or that I have gained through my years of living. Okay, and I just appreciate her. She comes from a more scriptural based point of view, but it still hits home for me. Okay, and so I thought, well, let me go ahead and dissect this a little bit, because I have ran across or came into this subject before in my own personal life, where I was one of the ones that wanted to compromise, wanted to work things out, wanting to change my whole existence to ensure that something was intact. And the unfortunate thing about this is it was trying to repair or salvage something that was unsalvageable. Okay, so if you've been there, then you know. All right. If you're going through it, well, this is to help you. Okay, source. Let's look at the situation. Okay, when the relationships are at their peak of a break, what do we need to know regarding these dynamics? we have the 6th house. So first thing I get is prioritize your peace of mind, prioritize your well-being, prioritize your health. Make sure that you are making those choices or those decisions that are going to aid in sustaining you. Okay, that's the first thing I get from this. Okay. What is good for you or for us? So do something that is good for you. And the us is, yeah, it's for both of you. So staying in a toxic environment, staying in a situation that is loveless, staying in something where both parties are compromising their standards, their values, their, belief system, all for the sake of appearance, or all because someone doesn't want to be lonely, someone doesn't want to feel abandoned, someone may be attached to this other person, literally at the hip, that codependent type of dynamic where someone doesn't fully know how to function on their own, like don't know how to pay bills, don't know how to, and hey, if you don't know how to pay bills, listen, because let's say your spouse did that for years for you, male or female, then okay, it's an opportunity to learn these things, these life skills that maybe you have not learned. So the point is, do something. The decision that you are to make is gonna work for both of you, right? Though you may not see it as such, you may see it as, oh, I'm sacrificing because I worked to maintain this relationship. A lot of females may say this, I put 20 years into building this man up, and then they go and find a younger toddy and leave you in the dust. And people fight to stay in these relationships when clearly the male, they're finished. And it's like that sense of being used up, being dried up, like a dried well, like because you've given the best years of your life, some phrase it as, and now this significant other is going to dig up another well and eat of the fruit of that well for another 20 years, right? Until they tire of that. So it's unfortunate that this is what happens, but we have to always take accountability. Nobody forces our hands. Granted, some situations are forced. I know, like in some cultures, there are marriages that are arranged, right? So maybe you didn't have a choice in the matter. And I pray for you, if there's an opportunity or a way or will for you to change that dynamic, that you have the courage, the strength, and the wherewithal to do what is necessary for your own well-being, okay? And especially if children are involved. All right, so then we have the sun that is coming out, things being brought to life or light. I love that it says things brought to life, right? Many times we create these environments. First of all, we create these dynamics because of how we connect with others, right? And it's all tied to just our own value system, how we view ourselves, or the lack of, let's say, self-worth. Okay, this video is tied to a series. It's a short series I'm doing surrounding love and relationships, and just some things that have been brought to my attention, just to unpack it for you all to see if you're interested. First one looked at why we love the way we love. This one is talking about, well, when the relationship has reached its peak, what do? You pretty much open the door and you help them on out, pack their bags if need be for them. And I literally have experienced that. So it's interesting that I literally, I'll tell you about it in a minute, but the second video looked at the self-worth aspect and why people may not see your self-worth in a dynamic. So the sun, right? We breathe life into these situations based on why we love or how we love, and also on our self-worth. Okay, so there's how those two tie into this third video. This is the sun, this is Leo, right? This is how we maybe attract situations in from maybe an insecure standpoint. And if it's built on a faulty foundation, eventually there will be cracks in the crevices, and ultimately things will fall to the wayside and has to be uprooted, guys. So the sun brings in a sense of healing. Okay, so we have the sixth house to the sun. So maybe we need to work on our healing, work on prioritizing, bringing a state of being that is more positive, right? A positive outlook in a dynamic or in our lives. So if we are separated from a partner, it doesn't mean all is lost. It simply means you're separated from a partner. It's just that, right? It's a matter of fact. We don't have to equate the entirety of our existence to this break, okay? It's what is, it's what's happening, it's an experience, and it can be devastating. Granted, it can be very painful. Yes, it can be heart-wrenching, okay, to lose someone that you built with for years, that you've established a sense of security, wealth, even, and community, family life, right? That can be devastating. It's a sense of tearing at the very fabric of your heart, the strings of your heart. It's breaking the dam of something that is very precious, okay, valuable to you, and it's never easy. And yes, the initial inclination would be to grasp, to hold on, to hold back, to refuse to let go, and even to compromise, right? To literally beg, hey, please don't do this. Don't break up our happy home. Don't go the other way. Don't leave me, right? Many of you, us, may have said that. Don't leave me. Compromising, knowing that you're unhappy, or maybe not realizing that you're not happy, or putting your happiness, placing it on someone else, the fact of their presence. So being comfortable in an unhappy situation, because it's easier than uprooting and starting all over again. And I'm sure many viewers could identify with that, right? It's easier to stay. It's so much harder to leave. Yeah. But the point of this video is, if they want to leave, allow them to. Let them go. Release them with love. Open the door and help them out. That's what this message is about, okay? Aries. Yes, it does take willpower to do that. It takes a great deal of strength to do that. It does. But we're all more than capable. If you can try your best to prioritize what you truly deserve and what is it that you're desiring, and focus on that, you'll do well. I'm turning it this way because it says your desires regarding, so it has everything to do with your desires, right? Why do you want this person to stay? What do you gain from them staying, or what do you gain from you staying in a situation that is hurtful? It's harming even, right? Like, it's abusive for some. It's detrimental for your health, your emotional well-being, your mental state. It's sickening to the body, right? The health is over here. It's not able to sustain you in a way that you have a positive or optimistic outlook on that relationship. It could be depressing. The sun speaks about happiness, renewal, healing. So it's a sense of you realizing that you can create this within yourself. Okay, it may require a sense of being more assertive in the situation, taking accountability and actually doing something about it, taking the necessary steps to bring these things together. This is talking about self-confidence, to bet on yourself, to create what you truly want to experience. Okay, making sure that where you're at in your connection present day is not based on that nostalgic feeling of how things used to be. Where are you at today? Where is the relationship at today? Are you guys thriving, or are you always arguing? Are you guys living in separate worlds, literally, physically, like houses? Are you separated? And then, figuratively speaking, are you guys existing in two different worlds where you want one thing, they want something else, but you're existing in the same dwelling because of, again, the comforts, the resources, the shared expenses. And boy, do I get that. And it will be hard, just from a personal experience. It is hard to separate from someone that you feel secure in, right? They bring a sense of security within your existence, right? However, the issue with that is that that's codependent. Okay, because we are secure within our own selves, within our own right. And if you don't feel that, then you can build that, you can get to that state of being, or that realization where you are secure within yourself outside of someone else. That's very important. Okay, because some people may stay in a relationship because they feel responsible for you, because, hey, if I leave, then this person is gonna whatever. And so it's a sense of obligation. But is that love, right? Is that love? No. We have anxiety and trouble, South Node. So clearly this is stemming from how we connect with people from our past, how we communicate, how we relate to others. So it could be that you connect to this person because, let's say, they're someone that you are familiar with, they're from your community, and it's comfortable. Okay, it's comfortable. Okay, but there has been some challenges that has been created in that dynamic. Okay, we have the first house coming out again with Taurus energy, Jupiter, something that we need to learn about our dynamics and how we partnership, how we're creating. This is about making things more practical, things that are going to be lasting. Okay, this is also comfort, like feeling comfortable in a situation, and being comfortable is a part of your happiness. So you're willing to compromise, let's say, emotional fulfillment, if you have the practical sense of, okay, I have a home, I have money in the bank, and I have vehicles, right? That security is tied to your happiness. Okay, for some. First house, again, leadership. Well, I'm taking it as leadership, but it's how you are moving in the direction that brings in your desires. Okay, are you being honest in that situation? Are you being yourself? Are you truly exposing who you are? Or are you, again, wearing a mask, compromising to say that everything is okay because of the fact that you want to maintain a lie? No judgment here. It's, again, when someone is ready to go, let them go. Ego says, no, you're going to stay. Ego says, no, I worked too hard for this relationship to let it all go away. Ego's going to say, no, I don't care about my happiness, and I don't care about your happiness. We're going to both stay here and we're going to both suffer. That's ego, to save face, because perhaps our, let's say, the relationship is viewed as a stamp of accomplishment, a stamp of approval for some cultures, right? Where you have to be married. Divorce is frowned upon because of your faith. It's a disgrace to be divorced. Now, if you're not in that type of covenant where it's a legal binding contract, marriage per se, you've just been in a long-standing relationship, it's the same thing. Okay, your friends, your social circle, associates, your work professionals, like colleagues, they may talk bad about you. They may not regard you with the same esteem as they once did if they find out that, let's say, you're by yourself, you're not with a partner. So it's all about the status that brings security for some. Again, if someone wants to leave, let them. You will benefit yourself in the long run, and you will benefit them as well. Okay? What's that? Is that a book? A movie? What, the cage bird never sings? I know that I'm not saying it correctly, but think about a caged bird. It's beautiful to look at. You have it in your possession, you know. You are the owner of that caged bird, and while you may open up the cage periodically for that bird to fly around in your home, it's still a caged bird. So it's a sense of having some freedom, some success, but it's limited. It is restricted. It's not allowing you. Some of these relationships are not allowing you to fully explore and grow and develop into the fullest you, right? The first house, right? Who you are truly meant to be. First house is Aries. So we may be looking at your look at your natal chart. What's in your first house? Your ascendant. This could be significant for those. We have the Sun and Aries out. This is very bold energies that are coming out. Solar plexus energy, the yellow. Okay, revitalizing something, reforming something, changing something, birthing something different from a more authentic space. Remember, Jupiter's at the bottom, right? Jupiter is all about positive outcomes, growth and expansion, good fortune, right? What else? Why might someone not want to let someone go? Maybe you're imagining that things will be different. You're imagining a world that's different, a relationship that's different. So you could be fooling yourself. You could be living in an illusion. You can be living in the past. Okay. The South, right? The past. You're living in the past. Okay. It used to be beautiful. It used to be good, but now it's not. Okay. Now there's a lot of trouble. So this is reminiscing. Okay. Why might a person not want to release someone? Judgment. To punish them. Like I said, like, you're not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. We're both going to stay here and we're both going to die unhappy. And that's just, it's like, that's all there is to say about it, right? That type of energy, right? That emperor type energy. The Judgment card actually says, I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. So this is like not respecting that. Desires, your own desires, right? People want to keep someone in a connection because of their own desires, their own selfish desires at that. It's not fair. It's not right. I'm telling you, been there, done that, where you feel betrayed. You feel, wait a minute, What are you talking about, right? It's a betrayal. It cuts the heart, right? And you do want to fight for something. You do want to fight for something in someone, but what are you fighting for? If they're saying that they've surrendered the relationship, then what are you really fighting for? You're fighting for something that once was and that will never be again, okay? And I say that because a lot of people may do the counseling, they may go to therapy, and maybe that does help for some, but for some it really doesn't. And it's a sense of acceptance and letting go. It's like, okay, right? That exhale. The exhale means, okay, I can see my life outside of this dynamic, and I see that I'm going to be okay. It may feel uncomfortable initially, but nonetheless, I'm going to be okay. You're going to be okay. We're going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Oops, hold on. This wants to come out, but there's too many. You may need the courage to do this, okay? Definitely, right? You're going to need strength and courage to do this, right? To face your fears because, whew. Clearly the topic, right? I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. So it's seeing that even in the ending, this could be something good. This could be something positive, the sun. This could be an opportunity to start something new, to actually be yourself, be more authentic in the next relationship, because all the things that you may not have been able to explore or do or be, now you have the opportunity to be first by yourself and then in a new connection, collective. So, yeah. Surrender. Surrender that situation for your own well-being, for your own good. All right, that's part 3 to this mini series. If you've been following along, don't forget to subscribe and put a dove in the comment if you've been watching or tracking all the videos. I'll appreciate that, and we'll see what the next one looks like. All right, I love you guys. Don't forget, choose yourself first. Choose yourself first. You are worth it.